Noting papers allow the DSB to raise issues and provide information to participants distinct from the formal consultation process via decision proposals. This is a presentation of Noting Paper 360, Data Standards Chair Response Letter of Intent. NP360 has as attachments NP360. This contains the following context statement: DSB Chair Letter to Minister. NP360 Context. On 9th August 2024, the Honourable Stephen Jones MP, Assistant Treasurer and Minister for Financial Services, addressed the Committee for Economic Development of Australia. The Minister also announced a reset to the Consumer Data Right, CDR, that builds a CDR framework that better serves consumers and facilitates CDR adoption. As part of the reset, the Minister wrote to the Data Standards Chair to secure alignment with that new direction through an articulation of expectations. The Data Standards Chair responded with the attached letter to outline his intentions in line with the Minister's expectations, which was discussed with the Chair's Data Standards Advisory Committee in October. The letter indicates plans for the prioritisation of standards development and changes within scope of the limited set of priority issues and broader understanding of priority use cases for the CDR. In addition, the Chair has published a noting paper outlining his approach to change and cost considerations in NP352. Letter of Intent. Here is the letter of intent spoken by Neale Morison. Letter starts. Dear Minister, thank you for your letter of 7th August 2024 outlining the Australian Government's expectation in relation to the performance of my functions and exercise of my powers as the Data Standards Chair for the Consumer Data Right, CDR. I welcome the refreshed direction to the CDR and am responding to outline my intent to support your stated objectives for the CDR program of increasing consumer benefits, reducing compliance costs, and improving consumer use cases. Over the course of 2024-25, I will support the delivery of these objectives through progressing the development and maintenance of standards. Consistent with existing practices and the Standards Assessment Framework, Attachment A, which was recently finalised by my Data Standards Advisory Committee, standards will be prioritised and managed transparently and developed with consideration of the likely consumer benefits and cost impacts. Broader analysis of standards changes to date, Attachment B, contextualises the Standards Assessment Framework and its role in controlling the quantum of change, alongside the role of standards releases and obligation dates in setting the pace of change. As an example of seeking to reduce the impact of change, I have undertaken further consultation and analysis of the package outlined previously in Decision Proposal 338. This consulted on 22 changes, which have now been prioritised to a remaining 10, which align with highest priority uses in facilitating borrowing decisions. Your letter noted efforts should focus on standards changes in respect to 4 key areas. Information security. In collaboration with the newly established Information Security Consultative Group, the DSB has developed proposed changes to the information security profile of the standards to support authentication uplift. These will be consulted on from Q4 2024 before any necessary changes are put to me for consideration in Q1-Q2 2025. Further work shall continue to reflect international and industry best practice. Consent drop-offs. The DSB will work with the policy and rules teams to develop an evidence base for drivers of drop-offs, This will support joint consideration where standards and rules changes may be appropriate to facilitate consumer adoption. Giving effect to rule changes. I will make appropriate changes to the data standards to support the consent review, which I expect to do in Q4 2024, following the making of the rules. The non-bank lending standards will be consulted on to reflect any rules changes, and once those rules have been made, I will make the appropriate standards to support the expansion of the CDR into this new sector. Critical standards changes in respect of consumer data. The exploration and development of standards changes which demonstrate alignment with your identified high-value use cases. Those related to products or consumers using products in banking, non-bank lending, and energy switching, or which support the management of costs and information security in the system, will be prioritized. I look forward to providing further updates regarding progress towards these refreshed objectives for the consumer data right. Yours faithfully, Andrew Stevens, CDR Data Standards Chair. Letter ends. The letter has 2 attachments. Attachment A, Standards Assessment Framework. This is a form to be completed for each proposed change. It lays out a methodology with a number of sections requiring information under a range of topics. Stage 1, triage. Stage 2, rationale, problem statement, benefit. Stage 3, implementation feasibility, options analysis, feasibility. Stage 4, net benefit. Stage 5, decision. Attachment B, Noting Paper 352, Cost and Change Considerations. See NP352 and the DSB video on NP352 for more on this noting paper. Conclusion. NP360 is presented for information only. No feedback is required. If you have an interest in these topics, refer to NP360 and its attachments for more detail. Thank you for participating in the Consumer Data Standards.